Thank you so much for joining our May information session about the Global Talent Fellowship Program here at Open Avenues. We know that the H-1B lottery this year was very frustrating for many companies and many foreign nationals across the United States. We're here to talk about Cap-Exempt H-1B visas and what our solution is for folks who either lost the lottery this year, want to come from abroad, and are exploring other options to be able to work for US companies and contribute here to the US economy and also through our program to US universities and student careers. I want to introduce our team. I am Danielle Goldman. I'm co-founder and executive director here at Open Avenues. I may have interacted with some of you. I am out there meeting with companies and immigration attorneys week to week about the program that we run and our goals here at Open Avenues. I co-founded Open Avenues in 2018 with my father, Jeff Goldman, who has been an immigration attorney for more than 30 years. I grew up with immigration being something that was very close to my heart and something that I really understood from the stories he was telling me about the clients that he was seeing and the individuals who are contributing so much to this country. And we came together to talk about a solution for foreign nationals to create a pathway for them to be able to stay and really contribute to the United States. And we've built a team. We have Brendan Lynn, who is our Chief Operating Officer. Erin Carlini is our Immigration Program Manager. For anyone that has interacted with Open Avenues via email or will join our program, Erin Carlini runs the programming itself and is in touch with all candidates. She's fantastic. And we have Danila, Elena, and a few other folks who are running our education programming with our schools. Our mission here at Open Avenues is to help individuals who are foreign nationals and US students build career pathways no matter where they come from, whether they come from outside of the United States, whether they come from a low-income household, or whether they come from a family where no one has attended college before. We are here as an organization to create these career pathways for folks, and all of the programming that we lead is generated and led by foreign nationals. And we create pathways for foreign nationals to be leaders, to train the future US workforce through our Global Talent Fellowship. And everything that we do demonstrates that when foreign nationals stay in the United States, we all move forward as a society. And I want to start by talking about the H-1B challenge this year, because it was pretty shocking to attorneys across the country, certainly to companies across the country, who were hearing a lot about the layoffs and big tech was struggling to even retain talent and keep their talent, and thinking about letting mass individuals go. We were hearing about stories about foreign nationals getting laid off. Yet what we saw was a record number of registrants into the H-1B lottery. About 780,000 foreign nationals were registered, or registration, 780,000 unique registrations were put into the lottery. A lot of talk right now is about fraud and how there were multiple registrants for foreign nationals, which is legal, by the way. However, the way that it was done and the way that multiple companies orchestrated to actually submit multiple H-1B petitions or registrations for the same foreign nationals is potentially not within the bounds of what was intended for the lottery system. So wildly restrictive. And this is frustrating because the H-1B is the most common pathway for foreign talent to work for US companies. H-1Bs require a bachelor's degree in a field in which you work. And these fields are determined by the Department of Labor. They're called specialty occupations. So to put together a good H-1B case, you have to have a degree in a field related to the work that you are doing for a company. And you have to be paid the fair wage. You have to have the employer control your work. And this annual lottery system is capped at 85,000, and it determines who is even eligible to apply for an H-1B. So all of this being said, it's very frustrating at the moment for those who are qualified, are looking for a solution, are critical to the growth of a company, or are building their own companies. If you're a foreign national and you're starting your own company, you can actually sponsor your own H-1B if you structure the company to control employment, and you're being paid the fair wage, and that's possible too. So there are significant threats to the US economy when we think about how restrictive this process is right now. So I want everyone to know that there are 4 types of organizations in the United States that are qualified as cap exempt and don't have to enter this H-1B lottery each year. They're not subject to the 85,000 cap, and they can be filed and approved at any time of year. Premium processing is available for cap exempt H-1Bs, and that can get a response in 15 days. And there's the same qualifications as a regular H-1B. You must have that degree that's aligned with the work that you're doing. So the 4 types of organization that qualify as cap exempt are universities, government research institutions, nonprofit research institutions, and nonprofits affiliated with universities. Open Avenues Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit that is affiliated with 10 colleges and universities around the United States. This gives Open Avenues cap exempt status and means that any foreign national that works for Open Avenues can be sponsored for a part-time or a full-time cap exempt H-1B work visa. The beauty of this model and the reality of cap exempt H-1Bs is that when an individual in the United States is employed and sponsored by a cap exempt organization, then any US employer is able to sponsor a cap exempt H-1B as well. So in the situation where Open Avenues sponsors a foreign national as a cap exempt organization for a cap exempt H-1B for 5 to 8 hours per week, which is the minimum that's appropriate for a part-time H-1B as determined by USCIS, then any US employer can then piggyback or concurrently employ an individual and sponsor them for a full-time cap exempt H-1B. And I have a few of the company partners that we have here because they have all filed full-time visas for foreign nationals that are working part-time for Open Avenues. And foreign nationals can continue to work for both organizations concurrently. You cannot go work for a cap exempt organization, get a visa approved, and then leave and go work for a full-time employer in cap exempt status. If the full-time employer is not cap exempt, you must maintain employment at the cap exempt organization. And there was a memo in 2016 that USCIS put out to clarify that you must remain employed. So I want to introduce the Global Talent Fellowship Program. This is an immigration solution for international innovators, experts, and entrepreneurs who are dedicated and interested in helping build the future US workforce within their field of expertise. Open Avenues creates this opportunity for foreign nationals to work for us for 5 hours per week, leading students in experiential learning programming and training the future workforce with students from our partner schools. We now have had more than 110 foreign nationals approved for visas in our program with a 99% success rate, and they all are contributing remotely working for school with students from schools across the United States. So it's a very exciting program for foreign nationals that are both looking for a visa solution and are looking to contribute to building the future workforce. And we partner with companies that are interested in retaining their foreign talent or bringing talent from abroad that need a visa solution. The companies that partner with Open Avenues nominate fellows or foreign nationals, foreign talent, for our Global Talent Fellowship Program, where they are hired and sponsored by Open Avenues to work 5 hours per week training the students from our partner schools. And this is the model that we run. Those students are then connected back to the company as potential candidates for future hires. So what we're essentially doing is helping companies retain their talent of today while building their future workforce of tomorrow. The fellowship experience is one that it goes way beyond just the 5 hours of employment and a visa solution for that work. This is very rewarding work that our fellows are doing for universities and with students. Our fellows are hired for 5 hours per week to work remotely, training students in their field of expertise. So our fellows are leading what we call micro internships, and Dino Therapeutics is one of our partner companies. They have a fellow, her name is Nishith, and she has led these 6-week projects in the field of molecular biology for students at Dino who are at our partner schools to engage with her and get industry experience based on the fact that they've been studying biology in school. Some of our fellows are hosting workshops. They're offering technical interview prep. They're spending their time with Open Avenues. Yes, on Zoom. Yes, it's they have autonomy over their schedules, but they are truly working within their field to get students to build social capital, to get understanding of industry, and to understand what it really takes after graduation to get a job. So you can see a quote from our fellow Ketke here. She's now on our board for our alumni fellows. She just talks about how this really changed her life, and it wasn't just an immigration solution, but it really helped her build leadership skills, management skills as she worked with students, and she also felt like she was giving back to the community. So really built to be a win, 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 win. A win for our companies, a win to continue to keep their foreign nationals, a win for foreign nationals who get to stay here and feel that they are contributing to their communities. It's a win for universities who get all of this programming that we bring to the schools for free. And it's a huge win for students who are getting connected to our global talent fellows, connected to industry, and learning about career in a specific field that they're interested in entering. The timeline for our fellowship is about 2 to 3 weeks once a company nominates an individual. So to be clear, our fellowship is not open to foreign nationals who are individually looking for employment or a solution for a visa. This is open to companies who want to nominate a foreign national that they are trying to hire. Just as in the H-1B lottery, a company is required to put in a foreign national into that registration process. We require a company to say, we are going to partner with Open Avenues. We want to keep this foreign national working for us, or we want a new employee to start, but they need a visa solution. So we have companies nominate foreign talent for our program. It takes us 2 to 3 weeks once an individual is nominated to go through a consultation with the company, to do a screening and evaluation process of the foreign national, and to get a contract then signed. We then start a 6 to 8 week process after we've contracted with the company to get a petition developed and approved. We have a 16% rate of RFEs. This is below average for the national average of companies that are receiving RFEs on H-1B petitions. We're really confident in the process we've put together, and the amount of evidence that we have about the work we're doing with universities is immense. So we're really confident, and that's why we have a 99% approval rate on the petitions that we do file for the fellows that come into our program. Once we get an approval on an H-1B, immediately we have the fellows start in our fellowship, they begin onboarding, and within 1 week, the full-time employer, the company that is partnered with Open Avenues, is then able to file a concurrent Cap-Exempt H-1B petition for full-time work for that same individual. And that individual can begin working for the company immediately once the petition is filed and in the mail to USCIS. So in total, we're really looking, at about 10 to 12 weeks from the moment you contact Open Avenues to the moment the individual can begin working for the company full-time again in Cap-Exempt H-1B status. So who are we looking for? What are the fellows? What is the eligibility for the fellows in our program? We, just as it is to be qualified for an H-1B, we are looking for individuals that have at least a bachelor's degree in a STEM or business-related field. We are focused on STEM and business. We have been doing STEM and business petitions for fellows and building out programming at universities within these fields for the last 5 years. We are open to exploring different pathways where we know that foreign nationals have training and degrees in a field that might be interesting to students at our US colleges and universities. So interested in exploring those pathways with folks that might have some different types of degrees, but for the most part, we are looking for STEM and business business can include finance. It can include marketing and business intelligence. There's a wide variety within that we do bring on fellows into our program with those backgrounds. We do like to see 2+ years of work experience. Your OPT experience can be included. We want to make sure that fellows that come into our program are positioned to mentor, to work with students and introduce them into industry. And you must, as we've talked about, have an offer from a US employer that is willing to partner with Open Avenues and sponsor a concurrent Cap-Exempt H-1B visa. So we talked about this process and the timeline, but the way that this works is a company nominates a foreign national through our website. We have a nomination form on our website, or you could be introduced directly to me or to my colleague, Erin. We have that nomination process happen first. We then schedule a consultation with the company. We do not speak to foreign nationals directly that are looking for employment. We must speak to a company that is going to be the partner of Open Avenues throughout this process and is nominating the fellow. And then once we talk to a company, we will start an evaluation process. The evaluation is where we are looking to make sure you hit these requirements. We're also doing screening calls with foreign nationals to ensure that they are interested in actually working with students for the 5 hours per week. If this is not exciting to a foreign national and they don't want to spend 5 hours per week leading these types of experiences with students, we don't want them in our program. This is something that, we maintain the integrity of our fellowship and our educational work with schools because we have fellows come into our program that care about providing these quality experiences and career development introductions for our students at our partner schools. And we ensure in that free evaluation that an individual is eligible for an H-1B. So our partner law firm actually does a full evaluation up front to make sure that a foreign national has a strong specialty occupation as determined by the Department of Labor and what they are looking for in a related degree. That's how we determine whether you are eligible for the H-1B and therefore would be approved with Open Avenues. And that's why we have such a high approval rate, because we do that due diligence for every single candidate up front. When we partner with a company is responsible for the financial commitment of the fellowship. So the initiation fee for our program, which is due upfront when we contract, is $18,000. It's a one-time fee. It includes Open Avenues legal fees. It includes our filing fees and the premium process fees. It also is the work that we're doing to scope projects and get them into our education programs with our universities. The program dues are quarterly fees that are due each quarter for as long as someone is in the program. The program is a minimum of 6 months. So individuals are in our fellowship for a minimum of 6 months. However, we file a 3-year visa for any foreign national that is that we sponsor into our fellowship program. So individuals can stay in our program for 3 years, but we typically see about a year and a half on average for our fellows who join the fellowship. And therefore, we have an ongoing quarterly fee, which enables us to run our educational programming and actually pay students stipends to complete projects and our educational work, and incentivizes them to continue this path and build these STEM and business careers. We work with very diverse student populations, so it's important for us to provide them with that stipend that is engaging and allows them to spend the time on our projects. The salary share is not a fee, but it is how we pay our foreign nationals for 5 hours per week of work per week at the fair wage, which is determined by the Department of Labor. The way that we do this is that we look at what the company is offering for a full-time salary, and we actually take out 5 hours that we have to pay the foreign national. We take it right out of that total salary and invoice that through Open Avenues. We will bill for that amount, and that will be paid through our payroll to the fellow. And the company then will reduce their total salary, the baseline salary, by that amount, and will pay the remainder directly to the foreign national. So if $100,000 is the salary that a company has offered to a foreign national, that is still what they will pay out. It is what the foreign national will receive. But 5 hours per week, let's say it's $8,000, will come through Open Avenues to the foreign national, and the company will then pay $92,000 directly as the new base salary to the foreign national for full-time work. I just want to go over some highlights from last year. This was in our annual report, but we had 80 fellows in the program at the end of last year. Those were coming from 79 unique company partners. So companies usually have about one, and we've had many companies do 2 or 3 over the last few years in our program. This was a 63% increase from the year before. So we're growing quickly and anticipate an even more exponential growth number this year. And our fellows come from 24 countries around the world and are actually in about 20 US states. So we are fully national. Our schools are all over the country. And we're really excited to continue to expand this program this year. So we anticipate having at least 100, if not 150 fellows by the end of 2023. And we'll look for companies to be nominating the individuals for our program through our website, or email me to schedule a consultation. It's much easier if you go through our website. It's going to automatically give you a booking link. And again, we don't take calls directly with foreign nationals, but there is a way for foreign nationals on our website to fill out a form to get more information, which will give you the tools to go have conversations with your employers so that they can nominate you for the program. So I am going to stop there. We went through a lot. I know at least 2 of you missed the beginning of the presentation where we talked about the Cap-Exempt H-1B, but I hope you caught on to the fact that Open Avenues sponsors the 5-hour per week part-time Cap-Exempt H-1B for fellows in the program. And then our company partners are then able to file full-time Cap-Exempt H-1B. And this is an awesome solution for foreign nationals who are either coming from abroad to work in the US or have lost the lottery and are looking for an alternate solution. I am going to spend the next half an hour answering questions for anyone who wants, but I'm going to stop the recording here. I really want to thank everyone for listening in and spending time to learn more about this solution. I hope it was helpful, and I will answer questions in just a minute. Thank you so much.